What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Red Dead Ocelot here. Gonna play some Assassin's Creed Origins today for a little while. I don't know how long this stream is gonna be, but I'm actually gonna be talking about some video games and like basically current events that are happening within the world as much as I can. So hopefully we can make sense of things here. Let's see here. So I'm gonna start off for one thing. I really don't want to talk about this, but it's only gonna be. I really can't say of how much I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna do as best I can to not talk about as much. It's about the whole entire. Oh, the ostrich, nice. We'll go do that quest. It has to do with the QTV situation. It's still ongoing. It's the fact that he's not getting what he wants anymore, like he used to. He's I don't know. I particularly don't enjoy talking about it sometimes, or even think about it, because of the fact that he is the spark of this whole entire controversy. But it's everything else of what he's been doing for the past few years. It started between. Maybe possibly earlier. I know it's earlier than, I would say, 2018. And I will. So I'm pretty much done with that. So what I'm going to talk about here, though, too, while playing this game,
who is it that you're speaking to?
Is the fact that, there is one thing I do remember, within some of that QTV controversy or drama. He was mentioning something about, the terms of service between, like doing live streams or, walkthroughs of video games, as a whole, and how it just, and how it strikes as a. He thinks that walkthroughs, whether if they're live streams or not, he thinks that they don't fall under the terms of service fair use guidelines. It does. And I'll tell you the reason why it does is because these are walkthroughs. Whether if it's live or not, they are walkthroughs. It has to do with about, builds. If you're doing build guides, I don't know, whether if it could be in a certain Assassin's Creed game like Odyssey, or it could be for example, Mass Effect or Elden Ring or any other Dark Souls games out there. Those are followed under the terms of service fair use policy on YouTube. So these kinds of videos fall under that proper guideline. And I'm going to tell you that right now, it falls under fair use. It's the reason why these types of walkthroughs or build guides or vice versa are not removed. But he believes that they are removed because they don't follow under the proper guideline of TOS, under the fair use guideline, and hence he thinks they get removed because of that. And I can say right now that's BS. So my apologies for that little sniffy there. I'm still currently going through a cold, so please bear with me. All more appreciated. Thank you very much. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm really thoroughly trying to be objective here of everything, because you kind of have to be objective when it comes to certain types of topics or current events within the world, whether if it's outside of YouTube or Twitch or anything, you have to be careful though too. You know, it's all about being careful. It's all about being able to know that you're able to follow proper precautions in order to maintain a proper 100% fair use. So that's another thing I will be discussing as well while playing this, as well as I previously stated. So when you're playing, but when you're building or making videos, like I previously stated about, you know, like build guides for Mass Effect, Dark Souls, or Demon Souls, or Elden Ring, or whatever games that are out there that you could be able to do proper classes and builds or whatnot. It just follows that proper. It follows the proper guidelines of that fair use terms of service. I'm trying to remember here.
They will attack on sight here.
There we go. Okay, we do have a fire over there, so that's good. So I just want to put that out there a little bit in terms of that topic or current event. So, excuse me for that again, I'm sorry. Get wrecked.
Give up! Got you! I can hit from here! Got you! You shit! Die! Easy shot! In range!
Haha.
I can hit something! I have the bastard! Easy shot! In range!
And that's what I was going to say, and it's the reason why I was talking about, you know, like the YouTube terms of service, you know, the fair use guideline. So that's what I was trying to. I was literally trying to find words, and I finally found the words I was going to mention. It's the reason why we have these walkthroughs on games, you know, especially games that are interested enough to other players or gamers out there, including me, and that's why they're never removed, is because they fall under that proper guideline. And QTV thinks that, you know, they don't follow the proper TOS fair use guideline because he always thinks that they get removed, and they don't. They do not get removed. And I don't understand why he thinks he has this mentality of thinking that, you know, gameplay walkthroughs or build guides don't fall under the terms of service of fair use, in which they do. You know, it's really stupid of why he thinks that way, and it's just, I don't understand. His logic makes no sense to me. And Yeah, I don't know what's going through his mind. I mean, I'm not I guess maybe I am kind of criticizing, but it's a objective opinion of criticism that a lot of people think that it's not necessary, and it really isn't necessary at all. But what I'm saying is that, you know, what I'm trying to get to is when you say possibly something stupid or something that won't make sense or anything that just doesn't make sense to anybody, you're bound to get criticism. And so what I'm saying is that criticism is a part of life, whether if it's like a neutral criticism or a positive criticism or a negative criticism or even kind of constructive criticism, it's always going to be around. So what I'm saying is that QTV he says that he can take constructive criticism or any kind of criticism at all, but in Layton's terms or verbiage or anything, he can't take it. And it shows why this trauma has escalated to how far it's been going. And it's insulting to the YouTube community, and it's insulting to professional or amateur or newbie content creators on the YouTubes or the YouTubes or Twitch, you know, and yeah, so I mean, so yeah, I just kind of want to talk a little bit about on that. Excuse me. Oof. So, you know, there is another thing I would like to mention as well. You know, I follow a lot of YouTubers. I have a lot of respect for them. I really do. And it's amazing of the people that you could possibly interact with in the YouTube community. Whether if you're like a small channel or even not, or a small channel like 16 subscribers like me, or, you know, I'm just saying it's amazing that you can you could still make a difference to the YouTube community as a whole, because, you know, there are really nice people in this world, and I think that the way how but what I'm trying to get to is that, you know, there's always going to be toxicity in the world, no matter what kind of a person or anything. And it's just, I just really wish that this world would be a better place if we can all not be so toxic and not all be bad people. I do believe, you know, because for me, I'm a person of, you know, not just being self-confident, you know, in myself. I have respect for myself. I have learned a lot of things in my life to where I have become a better person. You know, it has to do with what, oh, come on now. It's how you grow. It's how you make yourself a better person by, you know, like owning up to your mistakes. You know, and yeah, so I'm just putting that out there as well. Now, I really don't want to mention this either, but it still sticks into my mind that I do remember one thing of what Quantum TV said, or QTV, excuse me. I'm not or whatever. There is one thing I remember of a video that he did a way back, but is now permanently deleted from his channel. But he thoroughly admitted to one thing, is that he said that he hides his videos rather than deletes them. which I don't believe that because he has been known to be proven as a pathological liar. Now, but what I will say as well is, like I said, now going back to what I was going to mention is,
I'll kill you.
it's a statement that I was laughing so hard because of the fact of how stupid and idiotic it was. He said, let me just put this out there. It'll be kind of hard to be a vegan like I am and be homophobic. A vegan literally can't be homophobic. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, I'm just like, what the hell does that mean? Literally. You know? And I'm just, and like I said, it's like, I still can't literally get that statement out of my head. And like I said, it's the most idiotic, the most stupidest statement I have ever heard that a person like that could say something like that. It's like, why? I don't understand that. I really don't. And all I can say right now, this live stream that I'm doing falls under fair use. I can say possibly whatever I want, but at least I'm trying to be constructive as much as I can, or objective, to know that, you know, yeah, I just don't understand, I guess.
Hey.
But, anyways, I'm done talking about this, because I do not want to get possibly falsely flagged. And so,
well, can't be sure.
Hey now.
oh shit!
Hey, who's that?
Your worst fucking nightmare. Wait, what?
Wait a minute.
Haha. Okay. So, I guess I'll talk about Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I truly love this game. I think it's definitely, I mean, I love Valhalla. I dislike Odyssey. And I'll tell you the reason why I dislike Odyssey is because I feel like with Odyssey, the story is a little convoluted. It's all over the place. And I feel like that Origins does a better job with its story and its character progression and the structure of everything. It just does it better because I like Bayek as a character. I think Bayek as a character just does... It's just something that I think that Origins does better in that department. So, I mean, of course, what I'm trying to say is that, though, too, as I previously mentioned, that it's like you have to be somewhat objective of things, you know, and so, I mean, it is what it is. I'm hoping I know what I'm doing. Okay, we don't need to go down there. Trying to think here. Okay. I know exactly where I'm going. Kill streak. What? I have 4 on there right now, right? Yeah, okay. No, I can see just fine. I'm just trying to make sure that I have 4 on there. Alright. I think we have 1 more around here somewheres. Yes, we do. I guess we'll put all 6 on here. Alright, give me 1 moment here. Okay. Sorry about that. I was just trying to figure out if I had my mic turned on, so I do. So that's a good thing. Show me the way. Excellent. Excellent. Now, when Origins came out back in 2017, October 27th, 2017, I was automatically hooked with this game because, you know, I've always loved the Assassin's Creed games. There was some Assassin's Creed games that I will not mention that I kind of somewhat disliked. But, I think, to me, in my humble opinion, I think Assassin's Creed Origins was really resonated with me a little bit because it's ancient Egypt. I love ancient Egypt. I think ancient Egypt is by far one of the best settings I've ever seen in a video game. Amongst others, of course, you know, you have Assassin's Creed 2. That, you know, come on. That have amazing settings as well. You know, you have Assassin's Creed 2 that took place in Italy. You know, Italy was absolutely amazing.
The Old Kingdom.
I did, however, really enjoyed Brotherhood. I think with Brotherhood, though, the only thing I did not like about Brotherhood, I will mention as well, or I will say, is the 100% synchronicity that you had to do with the game. And I particularly didn't like that very much at all, really, to be quite honest, because... Oh, what? Okay.
I'll kill you.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, shit. Oh, wait! No! I do not want to die! Don't die! Don't die! Don't die! Okay, that's good. Woo! Oh boy, that was not good. Dying's bad. Fire good, dying bad. Let's not do that anymore. So, you know, like I was mentioning about, you know, the Assassin's Creed games, you know, like I said, you know, I did enjoy Assassin's Creed 3 to a certain extent, but I kind of found Connor as a little bit annoying. I felt like he was a little too whiny, in my opinion, but like I said, this is my opinion. So, I mean, like I say, you know, everybody has a right to their own opinion of what they like or don't like. So, that it's always been that way, really. So, let's see what we have here. What else do we got? I have used horses basically throughout the entire Assassin's Creed universe games that we've had in the previous past and as of now. But the reason why I like going with the camel, especially in Origins, is because it fits the setting properly. But, you know, like I say, you know, people have preferences more so of what they want to use for traveling or mounts, as you may call them. So, yeah, I think that's kind of cool. So, I think another thing what I love about Origins, really, is the fact that, you know, it's not just ancient Egypt. It's very mystical. It's very... I find the lore very... What's that word? Very astounding. It's very astounding. It's amazing. It's breathtaking. And, you know, it's one of those games to where I feel like I think Origins does something. Bit of a graphical glitch there, maybe it looked like.
Hey, wait!
You guys want to get... Let's get messed up, shall we?
Mine!
Let's switch to my daggers.
Die! Die, you bloody!
Ha!
I'm no mouse!
Oh, that's mean. Those daggers, man. Woo! It was pretty amazing, actually. Now, the daggers that I'm using are the... Excuse me, the Venomous Grace. Now, I will say one thing about these daggers. What's nice about these daggers is it's not just the combo multiplier or the adrenaline regeneration. It's the poison on hit. And what's really nice, especially if you're going on higher difficulties, I do believe that these are really kind of beneficiary or benefit to use, especially if you're going to play on a little bit of a higher difficulty, as I am. I'm playing on normal. But when I played this game for the very first time, I played it on easy because I've always been that way. I've always played games on easy, but I'm actually currently playing this game on New Game Plus numerous of times as well. But pick up torch, okay. But yeah, so that's where I was trying to go with this. I think there's a quest that's part of this area as well. I just love the exploration in this game. Just look at this game, though, man. This game is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I will mention about Origins as well. I think Origins does a better job with its story structure. I really like the progression system with Bayek and his wife, Aya. They did a really good job with that interaction within Origins as well. I'm not a professional writer or anything. You know, I'm not anything professional on that level, but I guess, you know, like playing games for so long, for so many over, you know, like a decade, you know, I'm for the past 10 years, obviously more than that, you know, but if there's one thing I've noticed within any kind of video games that I have played in the past or as of now in this year 2022, I have seen games that to where their story is not all that great. But I believe it depends on the game. But it's not always on that. But it's not always that type of factor. But I think when it comes to single player games, especially within the Assassin's Creeds or any other games out there that provide that single player component, sometimes the stories in those games can be somewhat disappointing and convoluted and a little too maybe possibly far fetched. But it all depends. Yeah, there is a quest that's going to be here. I remember now. It's going to be the Book of the Dead. So I think what we'll do is that we'll just fast travel here real quick and do this quest, because that was part of the quest there where I was just previously at. So we'll do this quest and get that out of the way since we're in that since we were in that area. There it is.
Have you seen my Book of the Dead in your travels, Medjay? I went all the way to Memphis to buy it.
No. How was it lost?
Bandits. They came from the dunes nearby. When their leader saw how I cared for the book, he wrenched it from me. I thought my heart would stop.
I can help. I do not fear them.
I have been praying for someone like you. That book will unite me with my wife's spirit.
There you are, Father. We are going home.
But this Medjay is helping me.
Oh, yes? You are going to find his book? If by some miracle you do, thank you.
Okay, so there we go. So now, going back to the writing in Origins, you know, I have, I would say, I think Valhalla has a pretty good story, but it's not as good and in depth as Origins does. You know, like I was saying, you know, it has to do with, it's the same thing as like a book or a movie, right? You know, you're always going to have some bad writing and bad stories or whatnot, but even then, you know, in that type of medium or media, whether if it's books, movies, or TV shows or whatnot, or video games, it's always to be that kind of, it's always good to be that somewhat constructive, constructive, listen to me. Alright, let's summon my camel. So what I'm saying is that, you know, sometimes the writing is not all that great in some things, you know, like movies, books, or TV shows or whatnot. But it doesn't mean that you still can't enjoy what you're reading or watching or playing, you know.
Get out of my way!
So I think it's a very... Yeah, I know I'm running over people. Look at me. That's my fault. So yeah, so I'm just trying to be... I guess it has to do with me. You know, I recently turned 43, and so like I said, you know, being, you know, you know, it's been a decade that I've been playing the games for a long time, ever since I was 16, and it kind of, it doesn't wear you down really. What I'm trying to say is that it gives you an idea of how something can change your life in a certain way,
Becca will be pleased.
and to understand that when you have played video games for so long, it's like sometimes it's all you know, but it doesn't mean that you know other things as well. You know, you could be tech savvy but not be professional. You can be video game savvy but not be professional. You know, and that's one thing. I think that's what makes me as a person as I am, and as a gamer as I am. It provides me it just provides me a kind of certainty to know that.
Thought you could steal from me?
Is it stealing if you rob a thief?
I took it for my father.
Come on. Really? There we go. Thank you. Oh, yeah, great. Let's go the horse. Wasn't my intention, but okay. So yeah, so that's what I was trying to get to, is that, you know, I guess I have a good lifespan on video games. You know, it's like I say, you know, it's always good to know that, you know, you don't have to be a professional to know certain things in life. You really don't have to, because that's because you've been around that type of technology for so long. That's what I was trying to get to. So, I'm just maybe blowing smoke out of my butt, but I'm just putting some knowledge out there, I suppose, because I'm just trying to make conversation. You know, it's always good to have some type of conversation or talk of what you're playing or watching or whatnot. You know, like I say, you know, this is kind of like not much of a let's play, really. I would say this is more of a commentary type of thing, to where you're comfortable of what you want to talk about with
As your father left us.
His good life is over.
current events,
He was
or,
too weak
you
to
know,
live till you return.
talk about your experiences.
He was in despair.
So it's kind of like a video
Coming down,
game
joined my
commentary
brothers.
vlog or blog or whatever they call it. So
It is not too late.
I think that's kind of cool. So that's pretty much
You
what
are
I'm
a
doing here.
blessing from the gods. He receives the rites in the small temple.
May the do what? Forgot how he says that or something like that. Oh. Looks like I need to adjust my brightness.
Old man, your book. May it guide you to your wife's side.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust my brightness again. God damn it. Alright, so I'm gonna stop it here for right now. I'm going to fix my stuff here real quick. I'll be back. Peace.